So what if I told you there are towns, cities, even entire countries that will literally pay you to move there? I know you might be thinking that's too good to be true, but now here are 15 places that will pay you to move there, and exactly what they want in return. I'm talking thousands of dollars, free land, startup funding, sometimes even a house. All for saying, sure, I'll live there. So if you're bored of your city, tired of rent prices, or just want a fresh start with a check in your pocket, watch till the end to know what really suits you. Let's go. Let's start number 1, Albinen in Switzerland. Imagine waking up in the Swiss Alps, sipping coffee while staring at snow-covered peaks, and then remembering, oh right, they paid me to be here. That's Albinen, a tiny village that's more scenic than a travel ad. Problem is, young people are leaving, and the town's getting emptier every year. So to fix that, the local government is offering up to 25,000 Swiss francs. That's about $27,000 per adult, and more if you bring kids. Yep, bring a family and you're practically printing money. Now, before you pack your bags, here's the fine print. You've got to be under 45, stay for at least 10 years, and invest in property. Either buy or build a house worth at least 200,000 Swiss francs. It's not a vacation deal. They want people who are ready to settle, maybe start a family, and bring some life back into the village. So if you're dreaming of peace, snow, cows with bells, and fresh mountain air, Albinen's waiting. Next up, the US. And Tulsa, Oklahoma is straight up paying remote workers to move in. Here's how it works. Through the Tulsa Remote program, they'll give you $10,000, access to a cool co-working space, and a built-in community of other digital nomads. But Tulsa isn't just throwing money around. This city's been reinventing itself. It's got a growing arts and tech scene, plenty of local events, and the cost of living is way lower than major coastal cities. To qualify, you just need to be a remote worker or self-employed, 18 plus, and willing to live in Tulsa for at least a year. And they're not just dumping you in a suburb and saying good luck. They've got events, networking, and a support system that actually helps you settle in. So if you're tired of big city chaos but still want culture and community, Tulsa might surprise you. You know those dreamy Instagram posts with rustic Italian villages, sea views, homemade pasta, and someone drinking wine at 10 a.m.? Yeah, that could be you. And Calabria will even help foot the bill. This region in southern Italy occupies the toe of the country's boot-shaped peninsula, is offering up to $28,000. That's about $30K over 3 years to people who move into one of its small towns. The goal? Bring young people and entrepreneurs back to these nearly empty villages. But this isn't a free ride. To get the cash, you need to either start a business or take a job there. Could be a B&B, a shop, a bakery, whatever fits the town's needs. Now, these places are small. We're talking under 2,000 people. So if you need fast Wi-Fi and Starbucks on every corner, this might not be your vibe. But if you've ever dreamed of building a quiet life under the Italian sun, this could be your chance. Okay, so Japan isn't usually on the list when you think of places giving away free homes, right? Well, meet Okutama, a peaceful town about 2 hours outside Tokyo. Here, the population is aging fast, and houses are just sitting empty. To fix that, Okutama is offering free or heavily discounted homes, and some are even fully renovated. These are called Akiya houses, and Japan has millions of them. Now here's the catch. You'll probably need to renovate, learn a bit of Japanese, and commit to staying long-term. But if you're looking to escape the chaos and live a slow life surrounded by forests, rivers, and onsens, this is a hidden gem. Plus, you're still close to Tokyo. So, yes, peace and quiet with the option of ramen and nightlife just a train ride away. Not bad. Next up, Cape Breton Island in Nova Scotia, Canada. This place is absolutely gorgeous. Think forests, lakes, ocean views, and a population that's so friendly it almost feels suspicious. And get this, They were literally offering free land a few years ago to attract new families. The idea? Move there, get a plot of land to build your home, and contribute to the community. Now, the free land program came through the Farmer's Daughter Country Market, which was hiring and looking for people to settle nearby. It's more rural and small-town life than big city perks, but it's real, it's beautiful, and it's a place where neighbors still wave at you. If you're ready for homesteading vibes or just want a quiet life in the great Canadian outdoors, Cape Breton might just be your new home. You ever dreamed of moving to Spain? Not to touristy Barcelona or Madrid, but to somewhere real, with mountains, fresh air, and zero crowds? Say hello to Ponga, a tiny village in Asturias, northern Spain. They've been offering up to $3,000 to individuals and $6,000 to couples who move there full-time. Oh, and they'll give you even more if you have kids while living there. Spain is literally paying you to start a family. The town has fewer than 600 residents, but it's got charm for days. Cobbled streets, rolling hills, local cheese, and actual peace. Not to mention, it's surrounded by a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve. Nature lovers, this is your dream life. Just be ready for rural living. Fewer stores, more goats. West Virginia. Yep, wild and wonderful. Turns out, they also want you and your laptop, and they're offering $12,000 plus outdoor gear and co-working perks to make it happen. Their program, Ascend WV, is all about attracting remote workers who love the outdoors. You move to one of their selected towns, like Morgantown or Lewisburg, and in return, you get $10K cash in your first year, $2K if you stick around for year 2, free co-working spaces, and free rentals for stuff like mountain bikes, paddle boards, and climbing gear. You've got to work remotely full-time and commit to at least 2 years. But they don't micromanage your life. They just want cool people who'll bring energy and income into their communities. So if you're outdoorsy, a remote worker, and want a slower pace with a lower cost of living, this one's seriously underrated. Let's go back to Italy, this time to Candela in the Apulia region. If you want a small town with old-school charm and medieval streets that look like a movie set, Candela is for you. A few years back, the mayor came up with an idea: pay people to move in. Not a fortune between $800 and $2,000, depending on whether you come alone or with a family. Now that might not sound like much, but hey, you also get tax breaks, help with bills, and access to incredibly cheap housing. To qualify, you've gotta move there full-time, rent or buy a home, have a job with a minimum income, around $7,500 a year. It's less get rich and more live beautifully on a budget. Perfect if you've got a remote gig and want an authentic Italian lifestyle. If you're enjoying watching these incredible destinations till now, hit that like button and subscribe for the channel for more topics like this. Let's continue. This next one is wild. It's an actual Greek island called Antikythera, and it wants new residents so badly they're offering up to €500 per month for 3 years. That's around €18,000 total, plus housing and even some land. Yes, they're literally building homes for you. Located between Crete and the Peloponnese, Antikythera has fewer than 50 people living there. That's not a typo. 50. There's a church, a port, incredible sea views, and total tranquility. It's supported by the Greek Orthodox Church, which is helping bring in families to revive the island. The catch? There's not much infrastructure yet. No Uber Eats, no 5G, you're getting off the grid. But if you've ever dreamed of being the main character in your own Greek island story, this is it. All right, let's switch gears. This one's for the entrepreneurs out there. Startup Chile is a program based in Santiago that actually pays founders to move to Chile and build their companies there. We're talking $40,000 in equity-free funding, plus a one-year work visa, mentorship, office space, and support. They want to make Santiago a startup hub, and they're pulling in digital nomads and innovators from all over the world. There's even a built-in community of other founders and access to one of South America's fastest-growing economies. It's not a show-up-and-chill deal. You need a legit startup idea, a business plan, and the drive to grow. But if you've got that, this could be the launchpad of your dreams, with mountain views and amazing empanadas on the side. Ireland has been encouraging remote workers to move to its rural and coastal towns, especially along the stunning Atlanticway. Some regions are offering relocation grants, tax breaks, and funding through various EU-backed programs to support people working from home. Imagine living in a quiet Irish town, working remotely while surrounded by cliffs, castles, and pubs, where people actually play fiddles. It's less, here's a giant check, and more, here's support to live a better life in a beautiful place. You'll find the most active support in towns like Donegal, Sligo, or even Kerry, which now host digital hubs for remote workers with high-speed internet and cozy co-working spaces. You might not get rich, but your soul probably will. Let's talk about Lincoln, Kansas, a small town with big prairie energy. Here, the local government is offering free residential lots of land to people willing to build a home and move in. That's right, free land. Not a discount, not a raffle. Just you, your dream house, and the wide-open Kansas sky. Lincoln is the kind of place where people say hi on the street, where your neighbor might lend you their tractor for real, and where the stress levels are almost non-existent. To qualify, you've got to build a house that meets town guidelines and be ready to actually live there. No Airbnb flipping or turning it into a spaceship hangar. If you want peaceful country living, with actual ownership, this one's a gem. Now here's a quiet one. Rubia, a tiny town in the region of Galicia, northwest Spain. Like many rural spots, Rubia has seen its population drop. So the local government has launched relocation incentives for families and workers, including grants to start businesses or rehab old homes. They're not writing million-dollar checks, but the cost of living is insanely low. And the region? Stunning. Forests, mountains, wine. Even some of the Camino de Santiago trail cuts through here, so if you like nature, peace, and the idea of being off the map, this is for you. Plus, Galicia is kind of like the undiscovered Spain. No crowds, no tourist traps, just local life, and probably the freshest seafood you'll ever eat. Yep, Italy's back again. They just really want you to move in. In southern Italy, the twin towns of Presice and Aquarica are offering up to $30,000 to people who buy and renovate an abandoned property. Now, these homes aren't exactly luxury villas. Some are more project than palace, but they're cheap. You can buy a house for around $20,000 and still have money left over to fix it up. The towns recently merged and are trying to boost their population while preserving their historic beauty. So you'll get cobbled streets, olive trees, sunny weather, and pasta that'll ruin grocery store spaghetti for you forever. To qualify, you need to be willing to live there full-time and commit to restoring one of the homes. Think of it as a fresh start, with wine and sunsets on tap. Last but absolutely not least, Portugal. And not Lisbon or Porto, but the island of Madeira. This tropical Atlantic paradise launched the Digital Nomad Village, a government-backed initiative that gives remote workers free co-working space, high-speed Wi-Fi, a tight-knit community, and helps settling in. You won't get a check in hand, but they cover so many costs that it might as well be free money. Here's the best part. You get to live in Ponta do Sol, one of the most beautiful corners of Madeira. Ocean views, banana trees, dramatic cliffs, perfect weather all year. And if you've got a remote job and want a slow life in a place that feels like a postcard every day, Madeira is a no-brainer. So there you have it, 15 places around the world that aren't just beautiful or peaceful or unique. They're literally paying you to move there. Whether you want mountains, islands, small towns, or startup hubs, the options are wide open. Which one would you actually consider moving to? Drop your dream spot in the comments. And if you enjoyed this, hit that like button and subscribe for more travel hacks, hidden gems, and real-world tips. Catch you in the next one.